Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday night chat. Sorry I wasn't here this past Sunday. I had a guest, and welcome to another Tuesday night. Sorry about that, but it's just the way it goes. Don't have much opportunity here lately to see a girl I'm seeing, and Sunday just happens to be a night she was here, and so it was either spend the night with you guys or spend the night with her. So, believe it or not, I chose her, but that's okay. I'm back tonight. I know Rosie. I sent an invite to her, but I know she said she wasn't going to be here pretty much for this month. Blue is working. His work schedule is not going to let him be here on Tuesday, so I know he's not going to be here. Rick is, I'm pretty sure he's back at work. As far as anybody else, I don't know. I think the Crazy Scotsman said he was out of town, but that's okay. We'll do this solo. This won't be the first time I've done this by myself, so we'll probably do a short chat. There's no guarantee that I'll do these things, and when I do, there's no guarantee that I'll have a guest. So anyway, let's see. Let me do a quick rundown of who's out there. I think I've thanked everybody. We got Twisted Middles of Texas, FJLAO Rinda. I know I probably screwed that all up, but you know who I'm talking about. Trees Blowing, Crazy Scotsman, V-Borg 001, WNC Prepper, the Scab Ugly Channel, Linda Francine, Prepping to Endure. I think I said the Scab Ugly Channel. If not, there you go again. Mark Dog 79, welcome to the chat. Sandy's Passions, SKS Hugo, Rosie's Left Testicle. How you doing out there? I think it's been a while since I've seen that name. Frank I and Papa's Place. Hey, Les. And Keith Gregory just jumped in. So, hey, Greg. Welcome to TR's solo chat. That's okay. Is there anything? Hey, Red October's out there. Anything you guys or gals want to talk about? Anything going on that y'all want to discuss? I know there's a few things floating around in the on the internet about this and that, but and I can't say that I'm 100% up to date on it because I have been busy this weekend. But anything y'all want to talk about? Hey, Zeus. I did see some news stories about North Korea. I watched y'all. Trump got all tough about the other Republicans. Got tough on the other Republicans not going along with his policies and what he's trying to do in Washington. But when he's on the road, he talks a lot of junk. And then when he gets back in Washington, he kind of backs off and plays the game with them. And the news story I saw, I had to agree with that, why are you playing Mr. Nice Guy when you get back in Washington? Just be a tough ass all the time. Hey, KGB, call them out. Call them on their bullshit. Tell them, hey, there's no room for this shit. Either get on board. If you don't get on board, I'm going to call you out individually on the news in a public forum and say, hey, Senator such and such or Representative such and such does not want this. Call them out individually. The ones that say they don't want to repeal Obamacare. Do a list. These are the list of son of a bitches that would not appeal Obamacare, which you voted for me and them to do. These are the guys that wouldn't do it. And call them out. All right, hang on a minute. I think that's what he should do on every issue that comes around. Just call them out. Say, okay, here's the people. This is what I want done, America. These are the people that won't do it for you. These are the ones. So give them a call. You know, you should do a tweet and list their phone numbers, just like when we do a video on YouTube and we'll say, hey, check out the links below. Here, just click on this link. He should do a tweet and say, okay, here's the ones that will not appeal Obamacare. Here's their phone numbers. Call them. Tell them what a piece of shit they are. Because they've been crying, oh, we're going to appeal Obamacare. We're going to appeal Obamacare. They've been saying it for years. We put them a Republican House, Senate, and President in office. And you can't blame it on Trump. You blame it on the damn representatives and senators. They're the ones that won't fucking appeal it. It ain't got shit to do with Trump. Because all he can do is sign what they pass. He can do all the executive orders he wants, but if they won't pass it, if they won't fucking sign it off, he can't sign it and get rid of it. So I think he should do that on anything and everything he wants done. If he wants a wall built, he should say, hey, boom, put a bill on my desk. And if they don't put a bill on his desk, have a press conference. Call them all out. List them one by one. This is the guy that won't do it. This is the guy that won't do it. This is the lady that won't do it. Whatever it is, list them off. Point them out. Say her, him. They won't do it. You wanted it, America, but they won't do it for you. I'm trying my damnedest to do this for you, but they won't do it. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Is there anything else? Janet Fields, where can I vote out Trump? You can't. Trump is the president until the next election. But there are some senators and representatives you can vote in or out. In the meantime, would it be about a year and a half? I don't know. Maybe even next election. I don't know in November how many are coming up. Janet, I don't know who you're talking to. I just seen your comment on how do I vote them out. You can't right now. Next presidential election, you can vote for somebody else, but not right now. And they can't impeach him. No matter how much bullshit talk. I don't know who in the hell's believing this horse shit that you can impeach President Trump. He has to commit a crime. An actual fucking crime, and then the public can't do shit about it. Then it takes the House, or is it the Senate? I forget which one. I think it's the Senate. Could be the House. One of the two. I'm pretty sure it's the House. They have to indict him in a impeachment. The public can't fucking do it. The law can't even do it. It's just driving me crazy. Nobody reads the damn Constitution. I'm trying to. That is why they're actually investigating. They investigating what? Unless Congress is doing it, it don't fucking matter. And even then, he has to commit a crime. You can't impeach a president because you don't like him. You can't impeach a president because you're doing a shitty job. He has to commit a fucking crime. Period. Oh, that's funny. It's almost hilarious if it wasn't fucking true that the chaos we're watching on the news. Hey, Janet, no, I don't have a crystal ball and know everything. But you have to commit a crime in order to be impeached by Congress. I don't give a fuck what CNN says or anybody else. You can't impeach a president unless he commits a crime and unless Congress implements impeachment procedures against him. The last president that was impeached was Clinton for lying under oath. He committed a crime by lying under oath to Congress. He was the last president to be impeached. Even Nixon wasn't fucking impeached. Nixon resigned. And it just kills me, people out there in YouTube land and Facebook that don't get it. Hey, Metham. What's up, brother? Whatever, Janet. You don't have to listen to Fox News. If you're listening to the news, you're listening to fake news, period. I don't give a fuck who it is. Fox, CNN, NBC, CBS. Most of it is fake news, period. If you think you're going to fucking ruffle my feathers by saying Fox is fake news, you're barking up the wrong fucking tree. I prefer Fox over most news, but it definitely isn't. You're not going to ruffle my feathers by saying Fox News is fake news. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
I don't watch the news anymore, so I would appreciate if you wouldn't ruin my day with all this negativity. I've been thinking about unicorns and rainbows and rainbow farts and all that good stuff that's out there.
Go to Boy 32 and Mossy Nut. Welcome to the chat, guys. I appreciate y'all jumping in.
Thank you. Come to save the day.
Yeah, really. I mean, God, man, all this negative. Listen, all this negativity, it's got to stop. You can't be having this stuff. It's crazy. Let's talk about Sig P320 and Mossy Nut.
Ooh. Yeah, you got me.
And that shit ain't my fault.
The hell it ain't.
Oh, shit. Guys, just don't drop the damn thing. Everybody now need to invest in Apex triggers because their stock is getting ready to explode.
Yeah, no, I think it's the 14th. They're supposed to put something out where like a voluntary recall. So I'll have my stuff going in, and as soon as I get it back, it'll be back on my hip.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, man. I'd just soon go ahead and put an Apex trigger on the damn thing, then test it out after that. So,
This a Sig 320 y'all talking about?
yeah. P320. They put a volunteer recall because of the drop thing, and I tested it, mine out 5 times tonight, and it didn't do squat. I'm going to do it again tomorrow, just for my own satisfaction to see what happens. But again, I don't think anything. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows?
When you did it though, did you have the mag loaded?
Yeah. I mean, I did it like I was carrying it. So, you know, and again, I've watched all the videos and them showing those things just smacking the ground and pop. You know, it's something to be concerned about. In all honesty, man, you know, you never know.
Yeah.
I've dropped guns on multiple times, and shit, even on a double action, single action, I dropped one of my CZs, and sprung the base plate off of it, and rounds went all over the asphalt. And I looked down, and the hammer was back, and I was just like, shit, that ain't no good. So, I mean, things happen. You just don't want to have that one little stupid thing go wrong, you know?
Yeah, and after a few of these here, you know, you never know.
Yeah, I'm drinking water tonight, boys.
I've dropped many a gun, not on purpose. I've watched 1911s tumble down the damn steps, concrete steps, cocked and locked. I've never seen a gun go off when dropped.
Well, that's the beauty of the 1911 platform. You know, that grip safety is a pretty damn good thing. You know, and people can talk all the shit they want about Springfield and being the evil guns that they are. The safety features that are involved in those things, the grip safety, the trigger safety that's on them, they're just loaded up with bullshit. And the drop safeties on those guys are pretty good as well. So I'm trying to fix this up. I ain't got a whole lot of time tonight, but it behooves them to get this shit fixed up early, man. You got like Wicked Sensation. He hates Sig. Block guy through and through. And,
I saw his comment. I noticed.
Yeah. Where's he at? Is he on here tonight?
He is.
Yeah, and 1776 is over there, you know, doing a comparison between his PPQ and the 320. And I didn't get a chance to watch that or not, but I will.
I saw, I think it was Harpo 17 put that the Apex triggers also failed.
Did?
They, I believe his comment was it came out today, I think.
Yeah, I just can't see where changing out the trigger platform. Something's got to happen in the safety, the firing pin block, something of that nature. We need to get KS Gun Guy on duty here to you know, do some serious examination. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Wicked. I don't like liars and cheats and thieves either. I'm an asshole, period.
Did Lance join us?
The one video that I watched, they actually, I forget who it was. It was some YouTube gun channel. And their test, it ended up being the heavier the trigger. Literally not trigger pull, but literally how heavy the trigger was. They kept putting lighter weight triggers in it. And when they went to a certain amount of lightweight trigger, it went away. But as long as they had the factory, and they had the different models of the 320, one would do it pretty consistent. The other one was like half-ass, might do it. And then they put like a lighter trigger in it. Not lighter trigger pull, but actually lighter trigger, and it went away. They stopped it completely. So there is an issue there, and it had to do with the trigger, the momentum of the trigger. It would actually, just a trigger would pull itself.
Well, that's what they're saying here is that when it drops, the momentum of the trigger is following through. To me, if that's the case, then a firing pin block's not going to help it either. So who knows what their fix is? But the problem is they got an ass load of these things running around on the street with a proven issue. This is not just somebody blowing smoke up somebody's ass. There's a problem. So they got to get this shit resolved real quick. And yeah, Wicked, if a soldier were to die based on, and you know how many times kids drop their damn firearms? Saving grace, maybe, and I was thinking about this, is that they're tethered. So, you've got your lanyard, but, even still, that ain't solving the problem. So it's just, I don't know. Whatever. I feel betrayed that, this is a great gun. It really is. Just it's going to stay shelved until they figure this thing out. I got enough guns to hang on to until they figure it out and play with it. So anyhow, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's just unexcusable for any handgun. If you can drop it and it'll go off, there's a problem. It needs to be addressed. The manufacturer needs to address, especially a big company like Sig.
Mm-hmm.
If you told me some cheaper oddball third party making some kind of a clone that theirs go off, we could all say, well, there you go. You get what you pay for. But it's a Sig.
Well, ain't no doubt about that. Well, I know. And you know what? Johnson just said maybe we should drop test all the manufacturers that same way, because that specific fashion of drop is not in the federal guidelines. So, I mean, what if you took a P10C and dropped it, and all of a sudden it shot off? Do you think all the CZ guys would be going? They'd be going ape shit right about then. It's just one of those things.
Hey, I'm one of them CZ guys now.
I noticed. I'm pretty sure yours is not drop safe though. But yeah, just feel bad for people. Hell, I was watching one of the videos, and because originally I was going to go out and do this. It was Shooter Channel, and those two guys on there were just killing me. It was like, so like, really, we're gonna be like sitting here talking about this, and like, really, truly, man. God, man. So I did a video real quick going, let's not jump to conclusions here, crying wolf and everything. And then I watched the last bit of it, and the guy's dropping, and the thing shot off like 4 out of 5 times. I'm like, well, we're not doing that. Out, and sure, thank God mine didn't do it, but I'm gonna keep doing it till it pops something. Just make sure it's not a live round. That's the next thing I want to make sure people don't go out live rounds. I saw one video; these dumbasses were all wearing flak protective vest. I'm going, you dumbasses! Please don't tell me you're out here trying to do this with live rounds. And how stupid would that be?
Well, now is it? And I know from what I've heard, it's just the P320. But has anybody checked out the other models?
Supposedly the 320 compact. I think the X5. For some reason, I have reason to believe that one's okay.
Well, no, I was talking more like the 290 RS or the 250 or.
Well, your 290 is the double action only. So that thing is hammer. It's hammer fired. It's got a hammer on it. It's not going to go anywhere. The striker. The only problem with the striker is it's a pin that's under pressure from a spring. It's constantly under pressure. So all it takes is something to activate it. Like a double action, single action. If you got the hammer there, usually you've got a hammer block. Like the Sig P320 has got like 4 or 5 different keep that hammer from ever getting to the firing pin.
Yeah, the only striker fired weapon. Well, I take it back. I got 3 striker fired weapons. No, I don't. Yeah, just two. A Glock and my HKP7. But the HKP7, you have to do the squeeze cocker. You got to actually squeeze the grip, then it cocks it. And if you release the grip, it decocks it. So it can't go off if you drop it. You could hit it with a hammer, whatever. And the only other one I got is my Glock. And the Glock, no matter what anybody wants to say, and I'm not a Glock fanboy by no means, but it's the 80s. It's been out there since the 80s. I've seen reports where they drop these son of a bitches from helicopters onto damn parking lots loaded.
I don't know, man. Maura Healy of Massachusetts is trying to file a lawsuit against Glock because they go off in people's holsters and shit. So
yeah. I have seen where they went off in holsters, but the holster itself actually pulled the trigger. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is scary. This damn thing's going off and you drop it. It's like hitting the damn bullet with a hammer. So, um, it's just one of those things. They're going to get it fixed, no doubt about that. But yeah, old Gaston Glock knew what he was doing when he put together the first striker. It wasn't the first striker fired, was it?
No, it wasn't the first striker fired. It was probably the first successful striker fired pistol. I think Steyr actually might have had the first striker fired, but I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on that. I know the HKP7, it come out probably somewhere around when Glock did, but it's still a totally different. It's almost like a double action, single action gun. It's not really it's a striker fired gun, but you have to actually grip the grip.
The grip is actually what springs the striker, isn't it?
Exactly.
And you grip it. That's what actually.
Yeah, that's what cocks it. And if you let go of the grip, it decocks it. So, I mean, if you dropped it, it would decock it, and it would be just like a, revolver with a hammer down. I mean, it can't go off. You could hit it with a hammer. You could do whatever you want. It ain't going to go off. Yeah. But a striker fired like a Glock where it's like semi-cocked, I think Glock wasn't the first one to do that. They was just the first one to do the striker fired and a polymer frame and be successful at it. But I think there were already striker fired guns out there before that.
I think we talked about this a while ago. Yeah, I think Johnson's right. HK had one. It was all steel though. When SoCal, we were talking to him, and he knew about that. Because I'm pretty sure of it. I'm sorry. I've got to be up at 4 a.m. in the morning, so I wanted to come in and and you were dragging everybody down with that damn health insurance and program and communication. Who's the president these days? That guy named Trump.
Yeah, well, he's trying to be anyway.
Did we get a new press secretary? Who's the skinny guy that's up there now? Is he the new head?
I don't even know if he's a press secretary. I think I forget what his title is, but he did step in and do some talking here the other day and clamp down on some on some reporters.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed watching the videos of him just abusing those people. Look at that. Long dong daddy right there. Anyhow, that sucks for old Sig. What you got going on with yourself, Mr. Mossy Oak? Nut, dude, you.
Everybody butchers it. Mossy nuts, mossy oak. That's all right. I ain't doing much of nothing. Just reloading and picked up that CZ the other day off of Arms List.
That was badass, man.
I've wanted a shotgun like that for a long time. A buddy of mine, he had it was a Winchester like that. I forget what model, but I didn't have the money when he had it, and I missed out on it. And so when I saw that come up, I had to get it.
I'll tell you what, I was going to do a box opening tonight of a little shotgun that belongs to the mail, and I didn't get around to it because I was messing around with his P320. But,
yeah, he was texting me today, and I talked to him for a few minutes on the phone before my dad called. And
I'm sorry.
Nah, I love Mel. He's a good guy. He showed me a custom logo he's gonna put on my holster, so it's gonna be pretty badass. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
It's badass.
He's got the inside scoop. He's got the right equipment. He's just got to get it nailed down. I was talking to another gentleman today who's actually at work this evening, if you know what I'm talking about. Me about some stuff, and I'm going to help Mel out in that direction there. But man, he's got some really cool stuff going on. But yeah, he got a shotgun on a really good deal, and I got it up here. Going to do a box open, take it out the range, and blast it a couple of times. See how fast we can get some rounds down range. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a extension for this thing so I can hold a few more rounds in it. I was worried because I didn't know CZ even fooled with shotguns. Really, I mean, I'm not up on CZs.
Oh yeah, man, they're huge. Man, dude, CZ's got a bunch of shotguns.
Yes, yeah, I don't know much of anything about CZs. So, but when I saw this one come up, and I mean, it was $250 for the gun. The case does home defense rounds, and I mean, I thought it was a pretty good deal. I looked them up, and everything I found was around 300. So, and that was online. Then you got to pay for FFL and shipping and all that. So for $250, I said, "What the hell?"
Yeah, KS just asked if this is a SIG talk. I said, "Well, you done missed that, son. We're waiting on the full-blown report from you." Oh man, I'll tell you what I did. Go ahead. Go ahead. I found out something interesting tonight. I'm putting out a video tomorrow morning. It's I've got my new investment this month, and I was playing around doing comparisons and started flopping and flipping parts. And next thing I knew, I had a new gun that was not all original. So it's going to be fun to come out tomorrow. We're going to do some testing too. But we had loaded some 223 today. And I've got 1,000 rounds of Acme bullets coming in. It'll be interesting. TR, you got any experience with the Acme bullets?
No, I don't actually. I've seen people talk about them, but I haven't used any myself. No.
Yeah, that's
we cast all our own bullets, so I just hadn't had a need to order any bullets. Other than the only bullets I've actually bought here lately is 223. Even though I can cast those myself, they're still not worth the damn trouble. It's too cheap to buy them right now.
Yeah, the only reason I'm doing 223 right now is I bought 1,000 bullets from Extreme, the 5.56. I'm just loading those for the fun of it, but I got the 75 grain Hornady, or just the cat's ass when you want to talk about accuracy. So that's where the reloading helps. You buy, the Independence ammo for like $5.75 for a 20-round box. That's stupid, man. $144 delivered, free delivery. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, even if I want to reload 223, right now it's not even worth me casting and powder coating bullets for 223. I can buy bulk 223 full metal jacket bullets and reload those if I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth all the steps necessarily to do 223. I mean, I guess you could say that for anything, but the only thing I'm loading with bullets that I've made is 9mm and 45 right now, and 45 long Colt, of course.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm investing in some 40 cal dies next month.
I would think 40 cal would be worthwhile reloading, even if you're buying bullets online, whether they're full metal jacket or coated bullets. It would probably be worth your while to reload those, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, I look at it like this. I got enough brass to justify it. So that's the expensive part. If you got enough of that, and hell, I'm cleaning probably about 500 pieces of brass a night. And when you sit there and look at all that beautiful brass, you're like, ooh, I want to put some lead in this thing. So come next month, it's going to be a lot easier to do it. So we'll see.
Coda, are you still using that little rock tumbler you did a video on to clean your brass?
And it's kept going, and it's kept going, and it's kept going. I'm going to use it till I burn it up. So when I burn it up, I've actually seen the Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler as low as $128 on Amazon, and it's usually about $166. Get it on Amazon. Don't go to the damn many of the stores, man. They're like almost $200 there. But the big tumbler is the way to go. Get it over done with. But the stainless steel pins, that's the.
Yeah, I think I caught mine on sale for $150 or $170, something like that. And this is coming from somebody that has done dry tumbling with the media for 20 years at least. And even my first tumbler I made it myself. But I still used, walnut or corncob media. Once I got that Frankfurt wet tumbler, that is the way to go. Man, that brass comes out so clean. And if you do some kind of homemade deal or a rock tumbler or whatever, that's fine too. But the wet tumbling is definitely the way to go. If you can't afford it, that's fine. You can go to Harbor Freight and get a tumbler for less than $50 and use corncob or walnut media. It will get you by. It will clean your brass. But
well, I've got one of the vibrating tumblers, and I've been using corncob, but I don't like it. I do want to do that, but it's coming eventually.
Well, I can tell you from somebody that's reloaded for a very, very long time, that can be last on your list. Yep. You know what I mean? I mean, it is a really nice way to do it. It makes your brass very pretty, very clean. You can clean the primer pockets, everything, which you can't do dry tumbling. But if you're on a budget and you're trying to budget out money, that $130 to $180 is better spent on reloading equipment. Go ahead and dry tumble your damn brass. Don't worry about it. You don't even have to clean your brass, technically, unless you're picking the shit up out of at the range. It's on the ground and it's been there for 5 years and it's freaking black. And who knows what grime and stuff is in the primer pockets and what have you. Then, yeah, you need to clean it. But for the most part, I mean, you don't even have to clean your brass, but it's better to clean it. But the wet tumbling is definitely, put that on the last of your list. I would rather see you spend $180 on dies, scales, and things like that than I would a tumbling system.
That's why my tumbler, I spent $26 on the tumbler and $15 on neat pins, and that was it. $40 and tied up in the whole thing. And actually, I didn't spend any money on the tumbler because my wife bought that for my kids to do rock tumbling. So that I consider to be a freebie. So I got $14.99 tied up in the stainless steel pins. That is the only reason why I tumble. If not, 9mm and all the pistol brass, I just soak those in some lemon juice and Dawn and some hot water for about a couple hours, and you're good to go.
I went to Bass Pro today, and I was going to get another manual. I was going to get the Hornady and another loading block. And for the price of it, it was, I came back home empty-handed. I went to Amazon. I got the Hornady manual, loading block, and a Lee 380 factory crimp die for the same price as if I would have just got that stuff at Bass Pro.
Man.
Yeah. So hopefully next week I'll get started on reloading the 380 too, but I got to get some more brass for that. So I've only got enough to do 100 rounds with my brass. So I got to get some more of that.
Yeah. And that's a good starting point too, because I throw 380 away. I can't even stand it. I don't even like it anywhere near me, because that's one of the reasons why I purposefully don't buy a gun that shoots 380, because I'll get mixed up. But I've got give me your address, man. I'll send you I've got a whole box full of 380 in here somewhere. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, 380 380 is really easy to mix up with your 9mm. Really easy, and it'll go through your loader. You'll reload it.
What happens? My bullets will collapse right into it. I've made the mistake of running a couple of 380 cases through there, And what I do is I stand them all up and get rid of the short ones.
Well, and going through the dies on my 9mm, I found some 380 shells that were mixed in with the 9mm. And normally it's when I go to deprime it is when I'll feel it. There's a difference. I'll feel it and it's like, wait a minute, that's not right. So I have found some mixed in with my 9mm. There's a guy here that he's about 30 minutes away from me, but he has, I'm sure it's range casings, 1,000 380 for like $30. So that's the cheapest I found it. So I'll probably be getting a hold of him and getting some brass. But as far as shipping the brass, the 380, hopefully we will wind up at Farmageddon together, and you can just give it to me then if that's fine.
Well, I can do that. What I do is I just get one of those flat rate shipping boxes and fill it up. It's $5, man. Woo! This thing weighs 20 pounds. Yeah, but you got it. You said you ship it for $5. I want to hear it.
Yeah. But if you run a 380 through with your 9mm, say you just accidentally run it through, it'll load it. It'll load it up. It's just that the bullet will just be barely in the case. You know, the overall length will actually still be the same because of your, where you set your die to seat the bullet, and it'll just barely be in the case. I can't say that it would do anything dangerous in your gun, but if you're loading, they're pretty obvious if you're looking through them. But at the same time, like I said, you'll deprime it, size it, put powder in it, you put a bullet in it, and it'll go through your whole process if you're using a progressive or even a single stage if you're not paying attention. And that's why, I'm like Coda Boy. If I got 380, I just throw them out. Because I don't shoot 380 enough to worry about reloading them. I know my buddy does, but that I reload some stuff with. But I'm like, I can buy a few boxes of 380, run a few rounds through my 380. Okay, it works. That's a backup gun. That's all it is. I just need to know it will work, but it's not a gun that I target practice with. Period. But that's
well, my wife, she carries a 380, so that's why I got the stuff to reload.
Just get rid of it. Just go ahead. Just throw it away. Don't want it. Is that 290? No. These beautiful grips sitting right here for this 290. Hold on. Oh, and this gorgeous cup. I'll fill this son of a bitch with bourbon.
I wished you would.
I will, but it's such a pretty cup. I don't want to mess it up. I've got this wall of stuff that I like to keep over here, and that's proudly displayed along with those grips you sent me. That's cool. It's just a good mementos, man. And grip people love it. It's fun.
Well, hell, it's yours. You can do whatever you want to with it. I'm glad you like it, though.
Tomorrow morning. I got to be up at 4 a.m., so I might have to cut out of here when the sleeping pills start kicking in. That's when I got to go to bed. When y'all see me start really talking stupid and stuttering, that's what it's from.
How will we know the difference?
You'll know. Well, I don't know. I'm not drinking tonight, so never mind. Too funny.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to tell, Mossy, but what kind of 380 does your wife carry? If you don't mind answering. If you do, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't laugh, but it is a Taurus. The what is it? T238 or whatever the hell it is. But that's what she carries. I am wanting to move her up to a 9mm. But we'll see. She has arthritis in both of her hands real bad, and so the 380 light recoil, she kind of liked it. So there's a shot. So that's what she's been doing. So
sorry, I meant to mute my mic.
No, didn't hear nothing. I just saw it. So I would like for her to move up to a 9mm though.
I'm not familiar with that gun. Is it a very small gun or is it a little medium frame gun?
It is a small gun. It's like a Kel-Tec, about the size of a Kel-Tec.
Okay.
So
Well, I would think now, just gun guy to gun guy, and you know this, and she may not get it, but I would think that a little bit larger gun, to me, the little bitty 380s, like that little Caltech, it's snappy as fuck. I would actually rather shoot a little bit larger 9mm or 38 than I would a little tiny 380. That's just me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
well, back in the day, she actually used to have a stainless PT-111 that Coda Boy loves, and I don't remember the reason she wanted to change pistols. So I will.
Was it a Gen 2 or G2 or is it the original one?
I think it was the original because this was years ago, but we never had an issue with it. It functioned. It was flawless. But I'm with you guys. I would like to see her to carry a 9mm. I was trying to get her to go to a Glock 19, the Sig 290 RS. I will fight her over that one. We'll have to buy another one. But
I tell you another one out there, and just because I see his name, Car Carrier, look into the cars. I know Dan, the firearm guy, right, his channel is the firearm guy, I think. You know who I'm talking about, probably.
Yep.
It's on Dan's chat or Don's chats. Car makes some really small 9mm, but they're in that medium, range frame, but a little bit larger gun, but they're still really slim and really small. And, like I said, I know you know what I'm talking about, and I get it, but I tell you the truth, that damn little Caltech 380 I got, that son of a bitch ain't fun to shoot for shit. That's why I don't shoot it.
Well, years ago, I carried was it the P32? The first one they came out with years ago. I carried that thing in my front pocket for I don't know how long. I love that little gun. But at the farm, I had a car, CM9, I think it was, and Coda tore that some bitch apart. It would fire, and and then you had to rack the slide, and he pulled it apart, hosed it down with some oil, and then it would half-ass work. I brought it home, stripped it down, cleaned it, oiled everything up, and it was still half-ass shooting. I oiled the grip, inside the grip, because when you pull the trigger, you could feel a thump in your palm. And I'm like, let me oil this son of a bitch up. So I oiled inside the grip real good, and it just went to popping them off. But I don't know, it left a bad taste in my mouth. It was running, and I sold it. I got rid of it. I just did not. Now, maybe this was like their economy line here. This maybe some of their higher end 380s or 9mm, but this thing here was like their cheap 9mm. I didn't care for it.
I've seen a couple of the car guns. That one that has like the carbon fiber look. That's a real good looking gun. Here's one of the things. We did the giveaway. I'm actually doing the whatever you call it, the drawing for it tomorrow. But a lot of people, there's like two or three people out of 36 said looks were important. But to me, damn, looks are almost as important as anything to a gun. If I don't think the gun's a good looking gun, I don't want it. It's got to be good looking and have the features that are needed. Does that make sense?
Well, I own a Glock, so I can't really speak on that. So
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I've carried a Glock for years, and that's an ugly son of a bitch. It just goes boom every time, so that's the only reason I carried it.
Well, I got a P320, and this shit, not only will it go boom when you pull the trigger, but if you get in a fight, all you gotta do is throw it on the ground, and if somebody bad guy get shot, there you go. Fuck it. That's a defensible act right there. I know what was going on, Miss Oscar. I just accidentally dropped my gun at a 45-degree angle, pointed up at the perpetrator.
I dropped it, and it put one right in his damn chin. I mean, it blew it up.
Win-win. Yes. God, I hit it. I want to see the comments now. This is good stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen any comments. I got the attention span of an otter. If a bird flies overhead, it's a new day. So to look at y'all here and see comments over here, I miss a lot of comments.
Well, you never know with I know my buddy's a tool monkey. He's like, damn, the damn comment sections, they're all over the board. I know I've been paying attention a little bit. They've been talking about Def Leppard in concert, guns. It's all over the place.
Your carry gun should be a happy gun. In good sense. Yeah.
And
I mean, what do you think? And I think looks of a gun are just as important as well. I mean, I like a good looking gun. I'm sorry, man. If it's cool as shit looking, that's just an added bonus to a good operating firearm.
If it looks good, it is a bonus, I have to admit. And Wicked, he might lose his shit over this, but the P320 is a badass looking gun. I love the looks of it, but that is like not even close to what, it's just a bonus.
Yeah, I think it's a great looking gun. Now we've got the added bonus of it, going in the full blown defensive mode. If the guy knocks it out of your hand and you just make sure that it's dropped in the right direction, you're good to go. So
yeah, shoot him right in the dick.
Yep.
Or yourself. That's the bad thing.
Well,
that's a 50 chance. Roll the dice.
I just hope these knuckleheads that are doing these drop tests are doing them with blanks or doing them with
Are they not doing them with damn blanks or squib loads or something? Load up a round with no powder in it, so nobody can get hurt. I mean, you can knock the bullet out of the damn barrel. That ain't no problem. At least nobody will get shot. Because I've seen a few of them, and they're just guys standing around slamming the damn gun. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Well, you can just leave a damn, leave the primer in it, and it'll go pop. It sounds like a suppressed 22. It's just, no big deal. But once somebody's gonna fuck up, and because they want to see if this works, they're gonna go out there. Gun people are stupid.
Well, not to be a dick, but those people probably shouldn't be in the gene pool to begin with.
Well, you know what? I was talking about that, and I'm not. I don't want to come across like an asshole, but I am. I was watching this guy walk across the street the other day, and my first thought was that guy should be eaten by an animal. And the world we live in now has protected these individuals to a point that they think they're equal. And honestly, if we had lions and tigers and bears and shit, these individuals would be eaten. And the gene pool would be not only smarter but stronger, and not have all these assholes running around with their little drop down pants, little fucking shaved heads looking shitheads. Excuse me. All right, so they're kicking in right now. You can tell. But literally the gene pool needs to be strengthened by the waste by removing individuals who just don't have they don't need to be around.
Well, I've said it many times. I've said it before on chats. There's way too many safety devices in our lives nowadays. There are some children that need to stick a fork in an outlet. There's some children that need to fall out of a tree and land on their head. There's just these things to call out the unwanteds that we have eliminated in our life. And I know that sounds terrible, but y'all know I'm correct. Y'all know I'm telling the fucking truth. Just be honest with yourself.
People don't want to be honest. These fucking people walking around on the street, and then they look at it and go, "You can't talk to me that way." I'm gonna just fucking make their nose explode. Like, shut the fuck up. All right, so this can be held against you in the court of law, and that was not me. That was somebody else. But no, in all seriousness, man, I just look at people someday and I go, "How do you breathe? How do you fucking walk through life?" You know, it just, ugh. So that's just me. I'm gonna get real here in a minute.
When my daughter, when I was first teaching her how to ride a bike, we bought her the bike, and my wife's like, "Oh, we got to get a helmet," and I'm like, "For what?"
Oh, yeah, let's put you in jail now.
Oh yeah, she's like, "Oh no, that's law now. They have to wear a helmet." I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." She's like, "No, that's law. They will give us a ticket if she does not have a helmet on."
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You should have seen me. I was running up and down the street in my Harley with my 2-year-old riding on the tank. He had a helmet on. It was my skull cap. He looked cool as shit, though. One of my neighbors is a doctor, and he's a neonatologist, which is the doctor you don't want your kid to go to. And he has shit himself when he saw, what? We little rednecks around here, man. We ride scooters when we're fucking 3 years old. Shut up.
Yeah. My dad had me on his too. I don't get it. I really don't.
Greg, you're right, man. Not wearing a helmet. I've never worn a helmet on a bicycle. Not to say that these days they found out. It's like, the NFL fucking break. Oh, they're like, well, they've decided that being in the NFL, the football players have 100% more susceptible to brain injury. I go, well, that's why you get paid a lot of money, so you can sit there and eat Jell-O for the rest of your life after we've raised our Super Bowl flag, and shut the fuck up, get out there and make your money and play football. And maybe don't lead with your head, dumbass.
Get smart. Do one season, make about $10 million, and freaking retire at 25.
Yeah. And now I'm just like,
if you're so stupid you stay in the NFL for 20 years getting your head banged in, well, you was probably brain damaged already before you started.
And you're paid. You're compensated for the brain damage. Shut up. You know what? Pay the stupid son of a bitch's minimum wage and see how much brain damage you get. Fuck them. I'm so sick and tired of it. I can't even stand straight.
Yeah, I've never worn a helmet riding a bicycle. I probably did riding a motorcycle, but I was riding a motorcycle actually before I was riding a bicycle without training wheels. A little Honda 50, a little trail bike. It had like little balloon tires on it.
I had a Honda QA50 growing up, man, and a big old freaking AMF open-faced helmet. That thing would fly off the back of my head as I'm riding down the damn. My dad told me, he goes, just don't ever be on the road. I'm like, all right, shit, that was the safest place to ride. We could go on forever about this shit. I'm getting right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, back in high school, I had a Honda 79 750. Love that. Man, that was a badass bike.
Yeah, I think my first motorcycle was a Honda QA50. Then I had the Honda XR80. Then I had, I want to say the XR200. And then I went nuts 500. And this is back in 86, 87. And that damn thing it was a death trap. And I joined the military. That was the best thing. I sold that son of a bitch, bought my first, no, I already had my car, but I can't remember what the hell I did with it. I think my dad just kept the money from it because, hell, everything was his anyway. I didn't own anything. But fucking motorcycles I've had motorcycles all my life. The stupidest bike I ever had was a Honda Pacific Coast. If you ever remember what those things looked like, it was an 88 model. And the boys, I used to have race bikes. RC51 was one of the bikes I had, and that thing would just do some stupid shit. And so me and the boys would run up to the mountains, and I had that little Honda Pacific Coast, and it was an 800 V twin, and I had a brand new set of Metzlers on that thing, and I was damn near dragging a knee. And these guys are all on Harleys, and they're like, "Hey, listen, Mr. GP." Like, what? Y'all need to get on the road.
The Pacific Coast, that was a unique looking bike. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, I can see if you rode it right, yeah, that little son of a bitch probably eat up a damn mountain.
Oh, it would, man. It had the little pins that stuck out on the foot. I mean, literally, that I had to drive to work every day. It was 55 miles one way, so I bought that thing for like, and they got 50 miles to the gallon. So it had a big trunk on the back of it, and then when it rained, I never got wet. I just stuck up underneath the windshield and just ride. It was fun as hell, man. It was a great bike to have, but I got it anymore, so I had to get a 66 shovel head with a 53 pan head bottom on it. And after that, my wife got sick and tired of picking me up on the side of the road, so she told me to go get a new motorcycle. So I got a fat boy. And I got killed on it, on his bike. My wife looked at me and she goes, you better get rid of that thing. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I got a Honda Shadow 750, a little V-twin, cruiser model with the big fat tires and all that shit. I was dragging the frame on that son of a bitch going up in the mountains. And just a wonder I didn't wreck that damn thing. And anyway, when I got it paid off, that's when I bought that little red little crotch rocket, the little 250. It's just a 250, a CBR 250, but man, that damn little thing is so much fun in the mountains because you ain't got to worry about wiping out. I mean, you can, don't get me wrong, you can kill yourself on it, but you just lay into the throttle. You ain't got to worry about spinning the tires or popping the wheelie. You just go into a corner really hard and just crank down on the throttle and just dig out of it, and it is so much fun.
You're gonna make me miss. I want to get one of those. I had a Honda NX650, which is like an XR or an XL for street, but it had a little fairing on the front. I rode that thing from Charlotte, North Carolina to Tampa, Florida. There's only so many ways that you can sit on that seat before it just will destroy your ass, man. I'd put a cooler of beer on the back of it and stop about every 30 minutes to drink a beer. Took me 12 hours to get down there. That's fucking. What's that chat doing these?
Well, about 10 years ago, I had me a 78 Honda 750. And I figured, I've grown, I've matured. I can handle having a motorcycle now. They won't be no 150 miles an hour in between cars and all that. I had it 2 weeks. I was running over 100 miles an hour in between cars and just raising hell with it. And I was on the country road heading home about a half mile from the house. And there's a winding road. I shot around a minivan and hit a curve and shot around another one. I laid that thing down and slid for about 30 feet. And he catches up to me and he stops. He's like, "Hey, man, are you hurt?" I'm like, "Just my pride, dude, just my pride." Picked the bike up, pushed it a half mile home. And I called my buddy and was telling him what happened. And about 3 o'clock that morning, I woke up. Felt like I've been hit with a baseball bat. I hurt. God, I hurt. I went to work that next morning. It was a Friday. And I told my boss, because back then I was a marble and granite fabricator. So we're moving heavy pieces of granite and stuff. And I told him, I said, "Dude, you got to take it easy on me. I laid my bike down yesterday and I'm hurt." He said, "Well, what did the doctor say?" How the hell should I know? Going to a damn doctor. By Saturday, I went to the doctor. I couldn't hardly breathe. And that was my last bike. I said, screw this. I'm going to wind up getting killed. I do want another one, though, badly.
Well, that's why I moved into the old fart motorcycle. Next one I get, I'm going to get an Ultra Classic. And a buddy of mine's got one. His stereo system on that thing is so loud, it's you can't even sit in it because all the speakers are directional. What do you call it? Screaming Eagle CBO. I think he's got I don't know what motor on it. It's a 110 cubic inch or something like that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I I got to stick with the old man because I still got a wild hair in my ass. There's nothing wrong with popping the throttle back and pulling up on one wheel and rolling. And I'm successful.
That's why my little crotch rocket is only 250 cc's. It's one cylinder, 250 cc's. Because I've rode Ducatis and I've rode a Buell 1100 Lightning up the little mountain up above my house. And I got to the top and I was like, yeah, I'm going to end up in the hospital or in jail or the morgue. One of these three things will happen. You know, if I'm lucky, I'll just be the hospital. So I don't need this bike. Because I'm going to get too brave and go into a damn corner way too fast. And I'm going to end up flying off a mountain or into a car or something, or a tree, something. And so that little 250 gives me just enough fun factor to, I mean, it'll only do, I have got it up to 96 miles an hour. I was coming down a mountain, which is Highway 25 here, which is a straightaway. I was tucked in with the wind behind me, but normally it'll do like 88. You know, I mean, that's all it'll fucking do, and that's winding it out.
Well, that's the fun thing, man. You can put a motorcycle like that with a good set of tires on it, can outperform in the curves better than a lot of the big cruiser bikes. It's just, for me, it was how you ran, and I set up like Kevin Schwantz, man. I was like, and the only problem with me is that I got fat, so a 250 ain't going nowhere. Be like, I'd have to get it going with my legs.
Well, that's the thing, is it's fun in the mountains, and where I live, I'm in the foothills of the mountains of North Carolina, so you know that little thing is just fun as hell for me, because most of the curves you're only doing 30-40 miles an hour anyway, and you're damn near dragging a knee at 30 miles an hour. Yeah, you know, so if I do get in trouble,
you're not going to get killed at 30 miles an hour. That's
you know, unless I hit a car head on or something like that, you know, for the most part, if I lose it, I'm going to skid a little bit, and I always wear a jacket. I always got boots, gloves, like I said, jacket, helmet. I always got all my equipment on. I don't care if I drive to the gas station, you know, to get a pack of cigarettes. I got my gloves, helmet, leather boots, blue jeans. I got all my shit on, no matter what, anytime. I even had a guy, he was a plant manager at the time. I was dressing out to go home. He was like, why you wear all that stuff? Did something happen? And I was like, no, I'm just fucking scared. If I wreck, the last thing I'll have, I may break every fucking bone in my body, but there will be no skin grafts, okay? I mean, I wear a regular motorcycle jacket with a padding on the elbows, shoulders, all that shit. And it's like, because I may wreck, okay? You know, that's why.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I just realized that I don't need a motorcycle, literally. And I'd like to get a muscle car now, but my wife's told me that I don't need that either. See, Wicked asked me if I got my testosterone levels checked, and I had it checked about a year ago, and they were non-existent because my wife pretty much took my balls from me and said I didn't need them anymore. So, yeah, I've started this new little program, and I gotta give it 60 days to really get in the check and see where it's going. But I tell you one thing, doing it, you know, you feel better, more energy, you sleep like a baby. The dreams that I've been having are absolutely stupid. I was dreaming. We were doing a mountaintop assault with a bunch of Chinooks out of the back of the damn thing, and I was watching these Chinooks go hit trees, and it freaked me the fuck out. And I woke up, but it was so vivid that it was unbelievable. Then I had a dream that I was, you know,
What did you
here's
say
the thing.
did you say you was on estrogen now? What did you say you was on?
Yeah, estrogen. That's what I'm on. Yeah, that's what my wife.
You know, just
Go ahead, get on estrogen. Now I've got this testosterone booster thing that I'm doing. I don't have to do any estrogen stuff. The what do they call it? Estrogen blocker. But yeah, I had a dream that I was trying to load magazines and I couldn't find any ammo. I had a lot of mags, but I didn't have any ammo. And so I was like loading up the mags. I had like 10 mags, but I was putting 2 rounds in each one of them because I wanted them to, be distributed equally. I don't know. It's kind of the bullshit I go through. But no, yeah, I'm on a booster now, and I've got some other stuff that I'm taking, and hopefully,
I don't care how many people seen Lance's video on your channel, but trust me, you definitely you still got your alpha male going on. There's no doubt about
it. Fuck, I'll tell you something. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
Mossy can attest to that. I mean, some people would think if you get that many alpha males together that there would be problems, but I think it just made it that much more fun. I mean, I consider myself an alpha male. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I think everybody there kind of had a little bit of alpha male in them, But actually, it made it more fun because, I mean, we wasn't really trying to outdo each other, but we were definitely fucking with each other a lot,
It was fun.
Yeah, and it's nice to be around a bunch of guys that don't act like a bunch of bitches, and they can take a little ribbon.
That's the key. Everybody there was just it was boys being boys, man. It was not everybody was responsible around guns. That was the primary safety thing. But it was just having a good time, and the boys were being boys and having fun. I felt like literally we stepped back into the damn high school days around the campfire drinking. It was just that was one unbelievable trip.
Yeah, and you don't want to be the dumbass that does fuck up and do something stupid out there. So you're at least speaking for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but I was on my P's and Q's, making sure, I was safe and everything. But I really don't have the words for the kind of time I had. I was awesome. I don't know. I don't have the words, but nobody got out of line. Everybody, even people you hadn't hardly met, you could fuck with them and, bullshit and hang out. And like TR said, it was a bunch of alphas, but there was no trouble. Nobody tried to start anything. Everybody just had a good time.
No, I mean, you had because you already had like a couple of guys there that were like, you had the Terminator. I mean, we actually had a fucking cyborg robot guy. His name was Nick, but I'm pretty sure he was a fucking Terminator. He ripped through everything. So after that, it was just like you go through it and you like ding ding, miss, 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 miss. Oh, well, I fucking suck. Next.
It got to the point where I started messing with him. I was like, and I think it's actually in a couple of videos when I just started going show off. Get this shit out of here, man. Look, we don't allow this professionalism here. So you either start fucking up or slow down. Here, use my gun, not that race shit.
I have never been around anybody that can shoot like that ever in my life. He was a machine. It was crazy. I hope I get invited back and get to hang out with all y'all again. And Nick, I never even said a word to Nick. I'd left him alone. I was scared of that fucker.
Dude. He and I hung out a lot. He actually spent the last year or two of his service working at one of the ranges out of Fort Bragg, and as a range officer. And so he got to do a lot of fun things just on a day-to-day basis. Honestly, for me, that would just up every day knowing I had to go out there. But if you're into guns, you got nothing better to do. That's what But
all right, Code Boy, John, you know this to be true, and maybe not in all cases, but most cases. Let's just take Nick. I'll call Nick, aka the fucking Terminator. He was a fucking machine. I mean, he was built like a brick shit house. I mean, his fucking arms were bigger than my legs and all this. Some bitch could shoot, run. He could do anything. He was the quietest motherfucker there.
Yeah, that was the charm, because he let his actions speak for him, and it's real cool when you do find a guy that does it like that.
Well, in my experience with guys that I have met that are like really good at what they do, if they are really badass, I'm not saying every case, but most cases, they're usually quiet. They don't brag. They don't gloat. I ain't saying everyone.
That's for a Navy SEAL. Now, the SEALs are different. They give a course on braggadocious, pompous attitude and how to write a book or some type of workout equipment and sell it on Amazon. But yeah, if you're an 18 Bravo, I bet he was. He's just a regular 11 Bravo. But honestly, unless you're like some type of weapons, if you're on a weapons committee or something like that, where you are you're coming into contact with firearms on a day-to-day basis, you shoot more as a civilian than you ever did in the Army. And I've seen guys, they'll go through basic training and AIT, they'll never touch a gun again, period. And it just really depends on what your MOS is. But for the majority, I looked at one of my buddies when I helped him build his AR-15. I looked at him and I said, you realize you've shot more than most military personnel have? Anything from like the guys in SOCOM or the Special Operations community, because they do that stuff on a day-to-day basis, and they're doing close quarter stuff. The craziest shit. I've had some incredible conversation with some folks, and the stuff that they do in training would blow half the combat missions away that the other legs actually do. But anyway, all right, I'm getting lightheaded here, guys. I gotta go.
All right.
But make sure that everybody get your T levels checked, okay? And especially you, Big Johnson. But and Mossy, you got a direct order from Sergeant Sensation to get your T levels checked.
Let me tell you, while Wicked Sensations is out here, and I can actually tell him, he has the maybe I've done it before. I was drunk. I don't know. He has the funniest damn comments I've ever read in my life. God, I wish he would start doing videos. I love that guy.
It's because he doesn't give a shit. That's cool.
That is cool. I think he's the only person I've ever subbed to that does not do videos. Just in the rare chance, damn it, he'll put out a video one day.
Yeah, maybe. I've offered to fly out to where he is and escort him personally in, just to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody, and buy his plane ticket. You might want to take a collection up. We'll go ahead and do that.
Nope, no right. Shit's given. Yeah, that's about right.
Well, when you've been there, done that, it's pretty much. I've got a good friend of mine, Wicked, who's got the Ranger Scroll tattooed across his neck, and he's a chef, and he has a big beard like this, and he pretty much don't give a shit either. So he's one of my drinking buddies. All right, boys and girls, y'all be sweet. Love you long time. Happy endings.
Later, buddy.
See you.
Good, man. Y'all take care.
You too.
See ya.
All right. Is there anybody else out there that wants a link? I'm going to go about another 30 minutes probably. Greg or Dirt Road. I know Com said he couldn't get in. I'm not going to open the floor up and put a link out there. I'm not that stupid. I've seen that shit before. It's not going to happen. But any of you regulars out there, or Big J, I know you do chats. If any of you guys want a link, go ahead. Let me know and I'll send you a link. Okay.
Yeah, because Coda Boy knows I can clam up and don't say shit.
But my point was with like Nick is actually, and I know he was you know trying to shit on the Navy there a little bit because he knows I was in the Navy. I just let him go. But I mean, I've known Navy SEALs. If you hear anybody bragging about being a Navy SEAL or airborne and all that, half the time they probably wasn't the fucking Navy SEAL or airborne or whatever. They may have been in the military, but they were probably just a regular foot soldier or a fucking cook or some shit like that, and they're full of shit.
I've never seen anything like Nick before. That was crazy. I mean, it looked like, I don't know the yardage for the targets that Rob had out, but it looked like he was hitting shit 100 yards out with a handgun.
He was a fucking Terminator, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
He was good. There ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah.
If anybody can help out comms, 5.7 by 28. Yes, comms. Yes, that is an actual pistol cartridge, but they do make it in a rifle. It is a mean ass little round. Probably kind of expensive to shoot, but they do make that in pistol and rifle. I get what he's talking about now. The 5.7 by 28. That's a mean ass little fucking round.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's a blistering round out of a handgun. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to keep up with the external there, but at the same time, it's not a very practical round if you're unless you're reloading. Because wow, it's be a very expensive round to upkeep. Have ammo.
John at Live for Wild, he told me to go to Dillon and you can buy the gift cards, and just little here, little there, and then cash them all in and buy a Dillon. I went there. Every one, the $25, $50, and $100 gift cards are all back ordered.
Even the gift cards fucking back ordered?
Yes, every one of them. Yeah, because like we was talking, and so I thought, hey, that'd be pretty cool, just kick a little back here, there, and next thing you know, it's not happening. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, I guess you could buy, depending on how they do it, because I know I have some. I guess you could buy a regular Visa gift card here and there, and then
yeah, I thought about that. I may wind up doing something like that, but I was gonna try and do the Dillons, but that shit ain't happening. And what do you keep taking shots of?
Canadian Hunter whiskey. It's good stuff, man.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Yeah, it's pretty good whiskey. I think it's a whiskey. I don't think it's a bourbon. I think it's whiskey. Yep, Canadian whiskey.
I don't know if I said anything. It's over now. The sale's over. Hell, I should have done a video so everybody could do it. I went in a couple weeks ago to get. I actually had a bottle of Jack Daniels in my hand, and I looked down and I saw Jim Beam, the handles. And if you buy one, it was like $24 for a handle. If you buy two, it was like $18.50. I'm like, well, oh shit. Let me grab two of these. And the next week, let me grab two more of these. So I wound up with a little bit of Jim Beam rather, instead of the Jack Daniels. That was just too damn cheap to pass up for a handle.
Yeah, but I think the Visa cards might be a good way to set aside some money. I hate to be a fucking Dillon fanboy, but I'm telling you, once you ever go to Progressive, oh my God, it's a different world. It really is. If you get into reloading, it is a different world when you get into Progressive. It is just, It's almost fun, but it's actually, like I said, I've said it before. I don't even really enjoy reloading. I reload just so I can shoot more, period. It's not that I want to reload. I only do it so I can shoot more, period. So every time I pull a handle and a round comes out complete, I mean, every fucking handle pull is a boom, a round. And, you know, you can sit there for 30 minutes and pop out 100 rounds, 200 rounds, whatever. There's no comparison, none. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I still single stage reload, you know, 8mm, 38 special, 357, and some other rounds. I still reload single stage, but I don't do them in mass quantities. You know, I can reload 50, 100 rounds of 38, and I'm good for a while because I don't shoot them that much, you know. But 45 ACP, 9mm, I can't say 223 right now because it's just too cheap to buy it. I just assume buy. It's just not worth my fucking time. I mean, you can buy 1,000 rounds for $200, 223 or 7.62 by 39. It ain't worth your fucking time. Even with a progressive press, it's not worth your fucking time reloading that shit right now.
Well, even with the 9mm, I've got a website saved into my favorites, and I can't recall it right now. But you can get 1,000 rounds of 9mm for $140. I would probably be better off buying it, and I haven't done the math on it, but $140 for 1,000 rounds, that's fucking cheap. But with everybody, you know, Coda and everybody getting into reloading, and I had everything here. I'm like, you know, I need to learn to do this. So that's what kind of kicked it all off, was everybody doing it, and I stopped being a little bitch because they were doing it, and I was kind of scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was, you know, kind of worried, you know, God, am I going to get my powder measure right? You know, didn't want to squib load, but it was more the learning experience why I started doing it finally. So, you know, I could probably buy it cheaper than what I'm reloading, or about the same, but it was just to learn how to do it. When I was in Bass Pro today, I looked at the, was it Hornady lock and load AP like Don got? That's a nice looking machine. And I was tempted after watching his video to go with that, but I don't know. I still kind of want to go with the Dillon though. That, from everything I've seen, that's top of the line and the way to go. So, and it ain't like hopefully still got many more years left in me to do it. So that's what I'm going to stick with.
I know a lot of, I can't bad talk the Hornady whatsoever. There's very little video out there on it. Well, I shouldn't say very little, but not as many videos out there about the Hornady versus the Dillon. But the basic setup, I got the book right here, is $459, and the Dillon 550C is the model that's out there right now. If you want to go progressive, I'm telling you, go Dillon. I've used one for 20 plus years, and it's just the way to go. I hadn't used the 550 for 20 years, but I've used their square deal B. But the 550 will do rifle too, you know. So, and I know Les is out there. He uses a Hornady, or no, he uses a
Lee
1000 maybe. I forget what it is.
I think he's got the Loadmaster.
Loadmaster, yeah.
No.
But you know, and and that's fine. You use whatever you want, but I'm telling you, you know, if you want my advice, go Dillon. That's just my advice, because it's got a foolproof primer system. It just, the son of a bitch just fucking works. Yep, Lilo Master.
Yep.
And that's cool. And I almost bought one of those, but I didn't. I bought the 1000, and it was a piece of shit.
When I went over to Curious Yellow Solars and did his, I liked it. God, it was so much better than mine. But with everybody talking about the Dillons and seeing the videos on the Dillons, and too, we could not get his powder charger to throw 5.5. We couldn't do it. It would not adjust to throw it. I mean, you turn the dial, it's either one or the other, and it was either too low or just a little too high. It wouldn't throw exactly the 5.5 that I was after. So
I hated that damn little I forget what they call that damn powder measure, but
yeah, it was like
it's a disc, or whatever they call it. I hated that thing. I've dumped more powder and wasted more powder trying to adjust that son of a bitch.
Yeah. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and spend the money, because, like I say, hopefully I got many more years in me, and I'll be loading for a while. So might as well go ahead and get something like that.
It's a very well invested investment, I think. I really like the 550, but like I said, I mean, if somebody has the money and they want to go ahead and go with a 650, more power to you. I get it. That's fine. But for 459, 460, I mean, you got to have your dies already. But if you already got your dies that you were loading single stage, you don't, all you need is a shell plate. You just tell them, hey, I need it for whatever caliber, whatever. And it's going to be 459, no matter what caliber it is.
Yeah. What I was thinking about doing. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you have to have your own dies, which I recommend Lee dies. Lee dies will work.
Right now I've got 9mm and 380. What I was going to do is order it and have them send the 38 357, because that's another. I've got 2 357s, but I like to have 38s also, in case I got somebody that's never shot before. I'll put after I start them out with a 22, and then I got a 32. It's a Taurus that my wife bought me years ago, and it was before they started shrinking guns, and I think it's like a 32 with like a 10 round, but it's about the size of a Glock 26. I mean, it's a big gun for a 32 nowadays. I'll let them shoot that, and I just kind of move them up. But with the 38s, I'll put those in the 357, let them shoot them, and just to kind of move them up as far as they want to go. So I like to have 38s here as well. So, but that way I'd have the 38 dies, 9mm and 380.
Well, now if you order a 450, I mean a 550, it's not going to come with dies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to come with the shell plate.
Yeah, well, that's why I was looking at doing the gift cards. Mm-hmm. And just do a little here and there, and then I was thinking about going with the 650.
Okay, well that's fine, hey, dude. I'm telling you, if you can do a 650, fucking more power to you.
Yeah, I was like I say, just put back a little bit here on the card here and there, and then eventually do the 650.
But it's the same thing. You're gonna have to buy your own dies. It will not come with dies.
Okay. Yeah, see, I still haven't got my catalog.
Yeah. It'll you order it for what caliber you want, but what that'll be is just a shell plate.
Okay. I thought okay. When you ordered it for the caliber you want, I thought it came with dies as well.
No, only the square deal B comes with dies.
Okay.
And that's only because they're specific to that press. So everything else will just be, if you order it for 223 or 9mm, it'll just be the shell plate.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you said so.
And the expander in the powder die, but as far as dyes, you'll have to still buy those yourself separate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it to me, unless like, okay, say you're talking about starting people out with 38s or 32s or something like that, I would still probably load those single stage. But whatever you're shooting in bulk is what I would order it for. If you're shooting 9mm or 38, 45 ACP, whatever you're shooting the most of, order that press for that. Anything else, I mean, because if you're starting out a new shooter, you can just load up 50 rounds and take half a day shooting those 50 rounds. And introducing a new shooter. You start them out with 22s, you move them up to 38s, blah, blah, blah. You don't need a massive amount of ammo for that. But whatever you're shooting the most of, that's what you want to load. That's what you want to order that progressive press for.
Okay. Hell, it's been weeks ago. When you pulled out your little Dillon catalog, I went and opened up a tab and got on their site and ordered the catalog, but I still haven't received one. So I'm not really 100% sure on what all comes with what, but I was under the impression that it came with the dice too. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, no, it does not come with dice. Only the Square Deal B comes with dies.
Okay.
And that's a great press. I've had it and used it for 20 plus years, but it'll only do pistol. And it costs $80 to change calibers because you have to buy their dies. Like right now, my 550, it has Lee 45 long Colt dies in it. I ordered a shell plate conversion and ordered another tool head just so I didn't have to change my adjustments, which was another maybe, I don't know, 15 or 20 bucks for a tool head. But so you just, I mean, literally for a 550, you take out 2 pins, and when I say take out 2 pins, I mean lift them out, and the tool head comes out, and you shove the other tool head in there, put the 2 pins in it, and you'll have to take your powder measure and change it. I mean, I actually spent almost $100 on a caliber conversion, but that's just so I wouldn't have to readjust all my shit when I went back to 223. I could do it cheaper. Is literally it only costed like $48, but to make it easier on me, it ended up being close to $100. And, another powder measure, die, another tool head. I didn't buy another powder measure, and I did have to change out the little bar in the powder measure because I went from rifle to pistol. But I mean, it can get really expensive if you want to make it really quick. But how many rounds of fucking ammo are you really shooting, and how much are you really reloading? I mean, if it takes you an hour to fucking change calibers, is it really that big a deal?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get to shoot that much. I shot more at the farm than I have in a long time. And I didn't get to shoot as much as I wanted to there.
Yeah, I didn't shoot hardly anything at the damn farm. I was just running around with the camera, and I still didn't even fucking broadcast all the footage I got. I just walked around. I was just having fun shooting the shit with everybody, to be honest with you.
I wished I would have took a lot more video than I did. That My God, damn, that was a good time.
Yeah, I enjoyed just running around, shooting the shit with everybody, and meeting. Because that was definitely the biggest Farmageddon event that Rob had put on, and it was just like, wow, there's a lot of big channels here, or there's just a lot of channels here. Period. It wasn't necessarily big, but holy shit, just YouTube channels. Period. That I've conversed with. Made comments, and they made comments on my videos and all that. It was just a fucking blast running around talking to everybody. I really didn't shoot that damn much. It's like, fuck, I can shoot when I get home. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, I had that P320 for hell a couple of weeks, and never got a chance to shoot it here till I got to the farm. And so it was in the car. I never got the chance to shoot it till I got to the farm, and that was more shooting than I'd done in a while, and still didn't get to shoot as much as I wanted to. But just hanging out with everybody, it didn't matter. And that was good enough. I got to meet a bunch of really cool guys. That was cool.
Well, I think that was, well, at least from my experience, that was the highlight of it for me. Was just meeting everybody and shooting the shit with everybody and hanging out. It was like, hell, all of us already shoot a lot, and we did get to shoot, and do a little competition here and there and all that. But for me, it was more about just hanging out and talking to everybody.
Yeah, it was me and Curious both. It was our first time being to the farm, and just like everybody else that went, we're still talking about it. What, 5 months later? I mean, so it's pretty cool. I hope I get to go back. It was awesome.
Well, I'm pretty sure you got an invitation. So,
and from talking with a few other people, I guess there's a few other guys that's gonna talking like they may be there for the first time this fall. So it'd be nice to meet them in person.
yeah, that I think, and I don't want to put words into Pop's Quest or Rob's mouth. Pretty much how do I say this? Pretty much the people that have had an invite have another invite, but he knows that there are going to be some people that can't come. So that may open up a few windows for other people, because it's going to be a limited event. And we hate to say that. He hates to say that. It has nothing. It's not my event. I mean, I know Rob, I've hung around him and his family and all that, but it's still not my fucking event. It's his. But I think he's right that we had about the limit of people that you could have there.
Yeah.
Now, I think you agree.
Yeah.
So you throw out some invites. If there's some people that can't come, then you can open up a few invites. But, I mean, fuck, whatever it was, I don't know, 30, 40 guys. I mean, that's the limit. You can't have 100 people there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to get another invite. He told me and Solar were always welcome there, but I also from what I understand, the Farmageddon is a smaller group, so I don't know. We'll see, but it was definitely a hell of a time. So I hope to be back. But yeah, you're right. That was probably the limit. There was just enough people there that, that was the limit. Everybody got a chance to shoot the different courses and stuff. And so I understand that was enough.
Well, Rob talked about kind of semi-private or whatever, that he may open it up to different people for Farmageddon. But far as people at Farmageddon, I think that invite kind of stands, other than one person. You know what I'm saying? Try to get some different people. So there may be different people there at Farmageddon, and then for Farmageddon, it's pretty much the same fucking thing. But try to open it up for different people. But 30, 40 guys. I mean, that's enough.
Yeah. And luckily, we had SoCal there cooking for us. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Man, he's lucky he didn't get kidnapped and brought to Florida.
He's a good cook.
Yeah, he is.
I caught him off guard and caught him cooking breakfast. I mean, it was just a simple breakfast. I think he was cooking like fucking bacon or some shit. And I even posted a video and he was like commenting. He's like, I don't even remember that damn video. When did you do that?
He's probably still drunk from the night before.
Exactly.
The alcohol that went on there, my God, it was crazy. It's like some of these people did this shit for a living and they were professionals. Damn.
But it was after the shooting. You have
Yep.
to admit, we'll go ahead and do a disclaimer. It was after the shooting. There was no drinking and shooting going on.
No, there was not. Nope. After the guns got put away, then the alcohol came out. I woke up that Sunday morning on my fucking tailgate. The sun hadn't even come up yet. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Tumbled my ass to the damn tent, got in my cot and went to sleep. Damn. Sleeping on a hard ass tailgate. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we shot hard, we partied hard, and we fucking had a fucking blast. Period. It's blue out there.
Oh shit. Damn dirty apes. What the hell?
I think that's a reference that fucking time moved on and we fucking missed it.
Damn it. Yeah, that was one of the things that I wished I would have taken more time to talk with you some more, and Blue and Rick. I didn't get a chance to talk to y'all as much as I would have liked to have there. But I got to meet John and Silent Bob, Tim, and Coda, and everybody. Because there's kind of like a little circle, and y'all know who y'all are, and everybody subscribed to y'all, and I would have liked to have gotten a chance to talk to y'all a little more, but yeah, Will Metham. And that was I wished I could have took some more time to hang out with you guys.
Well, I mean, I think Coda Boy said it earlier. If whether you talk to me in person, a chat, or even if you comment to me or most people on YouTube, the person that you meet and talk to, let's just say this chat, I'm the same fucking guy when you meet me and talk to me in person. And believe it or not, because I am not an actor. I cannot fucking act that good. If you see me on chat and you hear me talk, if you actually met me on the street, I would be the same fucking guy.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I hate to talk about Farmageddon. I know not everybody can be there and do that, but we were there, so I got to talk about it. We had a great time. And if you hadn't got a chance, go check out this Crazy Scotsman. The Crazy, one word, space, Scotsman. Damn, we got the burps. The Crazy Scotsman. Check out his raffle giveaway. Doing it for C-Max. I threw in some stuff, and some other people, Dirt Roads, threw in like a complete AR-15 other than a lower. I mean, holy shit. AR kit? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's like damn near $400. Period. Everything but the fucking lower. And all you got to do is buy a $10. Just go over there and donate to C-Max's Arms' donate page, $10, and you could win an entire AR kit. Holy shit. Much less 1,000 rounds of ammo. I'm throwing in a Lee reloading kit. So make sure and go to the Crazy Scotsman and get in on that. He's not making a fucking dime off of it. It is all for C-Max. He's going through a cancer treatment, and it's just to help with the medical cost. So anyway, while you was gone, I had to do a little promo there, Mossy.
I appreciate that too. I just come in on the ass end of it. Scotsman's a hell of a guy. He's still out there too. And that's a hell of a thing this thing is morphed into. Jesus, everybody's.
Well, I think everybody's been touched by cancer in one way or another. So most of us probably understand it, what it really is. I don't give a fuck if you got fucking insurance or not. With insurance, I can attest for myself, you can go fucking bankrupt with insurance if a family member has cancer, because it just doesn't cover everything. It just don't. It's not health care. It's just fucking insurance. It's like you wreck your truck and it's like, okay, we'll give you $8,000. Yeah, but my truck costed 10. Well, it don't matter. We're going to give you 8. You know.
Yeah. I haven't said anything publicly, but to a few people, they know that my dad's going through the same thing, and it don't cover everything. Luckily, he's had money put back and stuff, so he's still okay, but he's been getting strung along since January, and they still haven't started treatment. And he's at one of the top cancer places here in Florida. So, I mean, but they said they can't find the exact type of cancer that's in his lungs. They know he's got kidney cancer, but the lung cancer they can't pinpoint, so they don't want to start a treatment. So, I mean, it's fucked up all the way around. It really is.
No, it is. And I got some weird views on the chemotherapy and radiation and all that, but I won't get into all that. But you know, I'm not a big fan. I'll just say that. You know, but at the same time, the barbaric medicine industry that we have, that's all they got to fucking offer right now. And you know, if you go that route, I'm telling you, they're not going to fucking cover everything. If you have insurance, they're not going to fucking cover everything. So,
well,
cheers.
Cheers.
Liquor.
I'm a pussy. I mix mine with Coke.
I'm going to chase it with a beer. From C-Max Arms, I won this Yeti. I don't know if that's coming out right. Yeti. Is that coming out right? Anyway,
It did.
Yeti I won this on the C-Max Arms giveaway. So, cheers, C-Max.
I was in that giveaway. I remember that one. Yeah. I these here, this here is a Arctic. It's a 30 ounce. They just started doing the Arctic 40 ounces. And this is water. I ain't fooling with that right now. They what's that?
I said, fuck that pussy water shit.
Yeah, that's for the Scotsman. Sorry. I hope you get better, buddy. I hope you can join us. But they just started doing the 40s, and it's like $15 for a 40 ounce in camo. And you know how rednecks love us camo, so I just go with the Arctics. But those Yetis are nice. I bought one for my wife and my daughter a couple years back.
All right. Well, since we didn't get a big panel going, but we did have a panel, and I do appreciate you and Coda Boy coming on. I really do.
Well,
I would have done this son of a bitch by myself. I've done it before. I don't give a shit.
Well, I know you always fuck with me about not talking that much, so I tried to talk a little more tonight since it was, just the three of us. But normally everybody seems to carry it pretty good, so I just kick back, but chime in here and there. But I was trying to give you a hand.
I appreciate it, dude. I really do. You don't know how much I appreciate it. I love having other people on the panel, and sometimes, people have schedules, people have work, they got kids, they got shit going on, they can't be on the chats, and anytime anybody can chime in and come in, I appreciate it. And dude, you're a brother. I mean, we are Farmageddon fucking brothers. I've met you personally. You will always be my fucking brother. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. I really do. I've always had a problem calling somebody my brother. I don't know why. I don't know. Friend, absolutely. Anytime you need anything, don't hesitate. Give me a call, text, smoke signal, what the fuck ever. I don't know, just something about brother.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just be a friend then. Can I be a friend?
Fucking right, you can. I don't know. I just calling somebody my brother. I've always had issues
well,
with that.
I've learned it's kind of it's weird. I don't know. I guess it's a military thing. Where you call somebody your brother, it's not blood. It's more than friendship. Because I have a brother that I really don't give a shit about.
You cannot breathe Jim Beam, let me tell you.
If I call you my brother, I mean what that means is you're my really good friend. You're actually closer than blood to me. That's a military thing. You may not get that, but if it makes you feel more comfortable, we are really good friends. I got your back. I got your six, whatever you want to call it. A brother, as far as blood, that don't really mean shit to me. But a brother, as far as friendship, is a different thing. If that makes any sense.
I have two memories of my brother. One was me feeding him in a high chair. The second is the day that they came to take him when my mom put him up for adoption. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But I've always, it's been hard for me to call somebody my brother.
All right. You're my friend.
Absolutely.
We'll leave it at that. Cheers, brother. I mean, cheers, friend. I get you. I see where you're coming from. Everybody's got a different definition of it, but Mossy, you will always be my friend. Okay.
Absolutely.
Anyway, with that, we're going to go ahead and end this. It's been a couple hours, and Mossy, would you like to do a outro of any kind? You want to do any kind of shout outs, any kind of promos, whatever you want to do, you do it.
All right. I'd like to shout out the Crazy Scotsman with the raffle he's doing with everybody. Man, he's got a lot of people donating for CMAX, and y'all need to go check them out. Donate, and even if you don't get into the raffle, just go donate to CMAX. I'm more than sure most everybody here wastes at least $10 a month. Let's help CMAX out. As far as my channel, I might do a video on the couple things I got ordered. I saw Paradox put out a video on the what was it, the Shield 9mm mags, $15 a piece. I got I think 7 of them today coming, and so those of y'all didn't catch that, if you got a Shield, you ought to check into it. $15 for them mags is pretty cheap. I haven't seen them that cheap before. So that's pretty much it. TR, thanks for having me on, brother. I appreciate it. Anytime you need, if you're doing this shit alone, if I don't happen to come on, shoot me a text or something. I have no issues jumping on, buddy. I appreciate it.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on, Mossy. My friend. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and definitely check out C-Max. His giveaway, there's a bunch of people putting in with that, and it has nothing to do with Crazy Scotsman. It is for C-Max and only for C-Max, and you may see some other giveaways going on, and that's fine. It doesn't matter, because the goal is to get C-Max's own private page at a dollar amount. So it doesn't matter if somebody else does a giveaway and they, hey, go put, whatever in here, blah, blah. It don't matter. The bottom line is we're trying to raise money for C-Max. So it doesn't matter which website you go to, whose page that you go through to get to it, because it's all going to go to the same freaking page. And that's C-Max's own website. So anyway, thanks everybody. I'm sorry I wasn't here Sunday night. I did have a date. I'm sorry. A girl had me preoccupied. I had limited time with her, but that's going to change here soon. Anyway, thanks, Rick, Coda Boy, Blue, the guys that helped out Sunday night, Coda Boy 32, Mossy Nut that helped me out tonight. Thank you, my friend, and we'll see you Sunday night. Later.
See y'all.